Welcome back. In the last video, we created train.py, a script that leverages all the other scripts, and all these scripts leverage all the code we've written throughout all of the other sections so far to train our PyTorch model in a single line of code. How cool is that? And so what we've done is we've gone modular. We've gone from working notebook code to working Python script code. And if you want to compare, see what we've done, we took part one of going modular, so the notebook in cell mode, and we turned it into script mode. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the comparisons between these two. I'd rather you investigate that yourself. But just know what we've done is we've taken part one and we've essentially turned it into part two. But if you'd like to learn more, what I'd recommend is extracurriculum, is to go back through section 5, PyTorch going modular, have a read through this. This is everything that we've done so far. It explains why you'd like to go modular, the pros and cons of notebooks versus Python scripts, an example of what I do, my workflow. So we've just gone through my exact workflow. I use Google Colab to explore different options, see if some code works, and if it does, I turn it into a Python script, just as we've done. And you'll often find PyTorch code in the wild in the form of scripts. So that's why it's good to be familiar with script mode PyTorch code. And there are some things that we didn't quite cover just yet. So that's argument flags like this for training with different hyperparameters. But that's actually the first exercise. So if we come down to exercises, one of the exercises, the second exercise. So the first one is to turn the code from get data, section 1. So maybe you could turn this into a script. We didn't do this. Get data. You might be able to turn this into a script. I'll leave that as a challenge for you. Give you a hint. You can use very similar code to what we've used to create these scripts. And then exercise number 2 is use Python's argparse module to be able to send train.py custom hyperparameter values for training procedures. So this is a little bit of a tricky one, but I think that you can figure it out. So if you look up Python argparse, you'll want to see how to use this module from Python to create arguments that you can pass to your Python programs. So I would recommend the documentation for that. I'd also recommend Real Python argparse guide. How to build command line interfaces with Python in Python with argparse. So that's another resource that you can check out. So let's go back here. And then finally, create a script to predict, such as predict.py on a target image, giving a file path with a saved model. So in the last section of section 04, we predicted on a custom image. So the final exercise is to take the code that we used in this section and turn it into a script called predict.py so that you can predict on your own custom image. So I feel like these are some good challenges. Now, of course, if you want an exercise template notebook, there's one in the PyTorch Deep Learning repo under extras/exercises/05 PyTorch going modular exercise template. There is also an example solutions notebook with some solutions to the exercises under extras/solutions. And then of course now I've started to have live walkthroughs of each of the exercises in recent sections of me going through and solving them live. So if you want to check out that, how I would solve the exercises, you can check out the full video on YouTube there. And then finally, to finish off, if you want some more information about things that we've covered in this section, PyTorch going modular, I'd highly recommend going through the extracurriculum, particularly if you want to learn more about structuring a Python project. Like for example, how should you structure the files within going modular? So why did I put going modular, and then have Python scripts in here? How should you structure these? This article is going to help you out. If you want to look at more style information about styling your PyTorch code, I'd highly recommend checking out this PyTorch style guide by Igor Sasmilij. I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but it's what I've used to inspire the styling of the PyTorch code in this notebook, as well as various other resources. And then finally, we've seen this one, but for an example train.py script to train state-of-the-art image classification models, check out the PyTorch repo. Now there's a fair few things that we haven't covered in this train.py, but there's a lot of things that we have. So I'd encourage you to read through this. Even if you don't understand some things, it's going to give you an idea of what you could work towards to start training state-of-the-art models. So our model is quite small at the moment, but this model or this training code here is what trains PyTorch image models to state-of-the-art results. So with that being said, find everything you need in learnpytorch.io section 05 or the GitHub repo here. But this has been Going Modular. I will see you in the next section. Ooh, it's going to be an exciting one. If you thought training a PyTorch model with one line of code was exciting, well, our model's not performing very well. How can we step that up a notch? I'll give you a hint. It's in the next section. I'll see you there.